Hey team. Well, the 1 year anniversary of the pandemic has arrived. I remember I was in sunny Florida last year during the week that this all unfolded. I remember it vividly because March 12th is my wife's birthday, and we were in Florida to watch our son's first spring training tournament as college baseball players. They were winning the tournament when it was stopped and their season was completely halted. Disney World closed while we were in Florida, and we weren't sure if we would be able to even fly home. By Monday, Life Circles was ceasing day center attendance and beginning the emergency response system that we are all too familiar with at this point. Little did we know how long it would last. In many ways, this has been a terribly long and painful year, but in other ways, it's hard to believe how fast 12 months have passed. So much has happened, and it's crazy to think that three brand new vaccines were created, tested, and mass produced in such a short time frame. Since vaccines are on track to be widely available to the general public by the end of May, we are in a much better shape than we expected to be in when we first learned of the vaccination approval back in December. So, since millions of people have been partially or fully vaccinated, you are probably reading and hearing about updated CDC public health recommendations. So, I just want to take an opportunity to speak to these guidelines so I can hopefully answer questions that you are having. So, this is the first set of public recommendations for fully vaccinated people. And this guidance will be updated and expanded based on the level of community spread of COVID-19, the proportion of the population that has been fully vaccinated, and the rapidly evolving science on vaccines. So, for the purposes of this guidance, people are considered fully vaccinated for COVID-19 2 weeks or more after they received their second dose in a 2-dose series. So if you received both doses, if you had a Pfizer or a Moderna, and you're 2 weeks or more out from your second dose, you're considered fully vaccinated. And for the Johnson & Johnson dose, since it's only a single dose vaccine, after 2 weeks or more of that one vaccine shot, you'll be considered fully vaccinated. I also want to clarify that the CDC public health recommendations apply to non-healthcare settings. So Life Circles is a healthcare setting, but I want to share with you the guidelines because it applies to how we interact in our personal life. So fully vaccinated people can visit with other fully vaccinated people indoors without wearing masks or physical distancing. You can also visit with unvaccinated people from a single household who are at low risk for severe COVID-19 disease indoors without wearing masks or physical distancing. And you can refrain from quarantine and testing following a known exposure if you're asymptomatic. Okay, now remember, that's for the general public, non-healthcare settings. For now, fully vaccinated people should continue to take precautions in public, like wearing a well-fitted mask and physical distancing, wear masks, practice physical distancing, and adhere to the other prevention measures when visiting with unvaccinated people who are at increased risk for severe COVID-19 disease, or who have an unvaccinated household member who is at increased risk for severe COVID-19 disease. So why this is important is, remember, we don't know who and who hasn't been vaccinated. And every one of our participants is a vulnerable, high-risk participant who lives with people who may or may not have been vaccinated. We should continue to wear masks, maintain physical distance, and practice other prevention measures when visiting with unvaccinated people from multiple households. So that really, really speaks to our day center, right? We should avoid medium and large sized in-person gatherings. We should get tested if we're experiencing COVID-19 symptoms. We should follow the guidance by individual employers and follow CDC and Health Department travel requirements and recommendations. So the guidance very clearly specifies that most of our current infection control policies at Life Circles needs to continue even when we're fully vaccinated. Kelly and Katie will let you know if any of our policies or protocols will be changing, but for now, please stay the course. Our community positivity rate after several weeks of a downward trend has now plateaued and in some areas is actually increasing again. So for instance, our neighboring Newaygo County is over 8% and Allegan County is creeping up and they're almost at 6%. So although I remain optimistic, we need to be safe and not let our guards down. The potential spread of COVID-19 variants is still a concern, and only about 46% of all of our team members have been fully vaccinated as of today. So I look forward to being together in person again, and I am so excited about entering into phase 1 of center attendance this month. We have Holland starting back up next week and Muskegon the following week, and that's very, very exciting. We will cautiously and methodically prepare for each phase, always basing our decisions on science and data. So, thanks for 12 months of incredible work and commitment. Pat yourselves on the backs for a job well done and have a great time this weekend. Hopefully the sunshine's going to continue. You deserve to celebrate, and we will get through this together. Thanks.